Hello!
Okay guys, welcome
Oh,
to
shut up.
Friday Waffle.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
It's 9 o'clock.
No, it's not 9 o'clock. Anyway, listen, this is going to be an extremely short Friday waffle. I have got absolutely hee-haw to talk about this week. I've not been playing any games at all, so I've not got anything to talk about. So what I'm going to do, I thought to try and get some. Are you doing retro Russ? Sorry, I'm going to actually bring up my video on my iPad, just bear with me. Yeah, I've got nothing. I've had a really busy week at work. I've had a few things I've kind of had to deal with personally as well. I've not had a chance at all. How you doing, Mr. Melstar? I've not had a chance to play any games at all this week, and I was kind of thinking about either not doing a waffle or else maybe leaving it till later on, but I like to try and get it out on a Friday anyway. It says the bishop to the nun. So wait a wee minute, let me just, how does this work? So what I'm going to do is, how you doing, Mr. So I can actually even see that, I'm trying to look at the screen, wait a wee minute. I'm just back for the gym, I don't normally walk about in a vest. Wait a minute, I need to come out of this. Aye, so how he's all doing? Bruce Willis, aye. We've got quite a bit of snow up here in Scotland. I was saying that I don't actually mind, I need to look at the camera. I don't actually mind the snow because it's a bit warmer. I mean, the weather up here, the last temperature-wise, it has been fucking Baltic, absolutely freezing. I've had the heating on constantly and it's still cold. So yeah, at least when the snow comes along, it gets a wee bit milder. So this is going to be, I know I say it every week, it is going to be a short waffle. What I want you guys to do, if you've got any questions, anything you want to talk about, just put it in the comments. But let me see if I can. I'm using the. What's going on here? I need to make that smaller. Right, okay, right. I'm into last week's waffle, so I've got questions. So, oh, wait a minute. What I want to do is I want to jump across and see if I can find the video. Right, wait a wee minute. My videos. So hopefully it'll come up. There we go, live. Apparently there are 5 people watching this. It was completely unannounced. I mean, I was going to record it and I thought, shut up, Alan. Here we go. Right, I can now. Da-da-da! What's going on there? Anyway, right. The technology that we use. Right, so let's. Has anybody? How he's all doing tonight? He's all well, I trust. How you doing, Kenny? Alright, son? You need to come across. I've got that remote control for your TV, by the way. You need to come across and get it. I don't need that wheel. Us Scots are made of hardened things. Right, wait a minute. Why can't I find... Why can't I see the chat? I can see the chat on there, obviously, but why can't I see it on my iPad? Why is that? Do you not get to see chat on iPads? Maybe not. That's going to be a pain. Right, you know what I'm going to have to try and do is just read what's on the screen. Oh, that's a pain. Why is that? You know what? This is a... No, it's thinking. This is an iPad 2, I think it is. So in iPad terms, this is a relic. I mean, you know, you can't download anything for it. It just about plays YouTube, although it does tell me that I'm running an old version. And you try and update it and it doesn't work. Anyway, right, so has anybody want to talk about anything? What I'm going to do is go back to the video from last week, the Friday Waffle from last week, and just how you doing, guys? We've got a few people on anyway. Excellent. It is going to be very, very short, honestly. I'm not going to... It's getting late anyway. So let me jump to last Friday's Waffle and see if we've got any questions. I think we have. But if there's anything, has anybody got any questions? I'm going to have to... The annoying thing is, the question or the comments appear for a very, very short space of time and they disappear. So I'll need to kind of be vigilant and just keep my eye on the screen. So yeah, is anybody potatoes? Mr. Swifto, how you doing, sir? I'll need to get you to do another animation thing for me, if that's okay. I see it just disappears. What iPad games are good? Now I don't do any gaming on tablets. Do any of you guys play anything? I mean, what phone have I got? I've got this thing. It's a Samsung S6. So in phone terms, this is ancient. But you know what? As far as I'm concerned, this is just as good as my daughter's iPhone 10X. I don't know what she's got, something ridiculously expensive. But you can pick up this phone for probably about 50 quid out of sex, apparently that's how you pronounce it. I don't really see the point of a new phone. Is there an iPad? Isn't there an iPad C64 emulator, Kenny? There used to be many years ago. The problem is, I mean, generally emulation is usually kind of homebrew. You don't normally get, commercial emulators for obvious reasons because the games itself are, you're going to have to buy them. They've got licenses that are owned by, copyright and that kind of nonsense. So I don't think there used to be a C64 emulator many moons ago. In fact, I was actually talking about that in a couple of waffles ago. There was one that I got for the iPad, and you could add your own games, but you had to basically each file had to be named a specific way, and then there was like three or four files you had to put in a folder, and the folder had to be a certain name and all this shite. And I must have spent, I don't know, I spent weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks making up all these folders with this plethora of C64 games that I simply never played. That's so yeah. To answer your question, Kenny, I don't know. That is why I like Android because there's just so much more. You can do so much more with it. I mean, I've got that tablet thing that I did a kind of a video of last week. The one thing about Android tablets is you can put all the emulators on. The emulators on Android are really good. But yeah, I don't know, Kenny. Like I says, generally iPads are not the greatest. I mean, I used to jailbreak iPads. I don't even know, is that still a thing? Does anybody actually jailbreak things anymore? I mean, it was. I mean, I always remember buying. It was that iPad 2 there. Spent something like £500 on it, or maybe not quite as much as that. I think it was about 400 quid. And the first thing I did was jailbreak it. And you've got this file and it says, "Warning: this may brick your device. Do you want to continue?" And it's like, yes. The number of times that I have done that, it's funny. It was I think it was I was talking to my mate Alan, GTB Films, who you've all seen. I did a video. Alan's a kind of Spectrum programmer back in the day, and we were saying it's funny how the minute you get, or at least I do, the minute I get some brand new spanking bit of technology like a new item, or not an iPad, a new something another, the first thing I want to do is get a Spectrum emulator on it. I mean, what's that all about? I don't know. But yeah, as far as emulators go, Kenny, I'm not too sure. I'm probably the wrong person to really advise. Why am I playing that video? That'll be using bandwidth. What was I talking about? Yeah, gaming on tablets. When I first got the iPad, it was a bit of a novelty. Obviously, getting to play, having this device that kind of outputted games that looked like Xbox 360 games. It was like it just blew my mind, But the kind of deal breaker for me, and I think for most people with what do you call it, iPad tablet games, is the crap controls. I mean, they are garbage. There's some games. Don't get me wrong. There's some games like is it the Tower Assault type games which I quite like. There's one. What's it called? Wait a minute. Is it Hex Wars? I think it's called. I think it's called Hex Wars, which is really good. It's an ancient game, but I can always get to the same level, and then it's impossible. Where is it? Hex Defense. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. There's the games that I've got on my phone. Hex Defense, a snooker game. Oh, Christ knows why I've got that in there. Golf. That's pretty good. That Simple Golf, whatever it's called. That's got a good wee game. 2048. It's basically got blocks, and you've got to move them, and you've got to try and play it and find out, try and explain it. Kevin Tom's Soccer, never really played that. I used to play the classic, what's it called? Scrabble. It's basically Scrabble. It's like the old mail order games where you play the game and then you posted it off. What is that Kevin Tom's game? Yeah, it's Kevin Tom's Football Star. I'll just run it actually, let you see it. There we go. There it's running. I don't know. Have you seen that back to front? Because it's back to front on me. Maybe you're seeing it the right way. I don't know. Yeah, it's a classic football manager. Not played it for ages. It's got all the usual features like the original football manager. Let's just get the highlights. There we go. We're going to get some highlights. Maybe. There you go. And I'm sure there's sound as well. I think there's sound. Am I turning that up? I've got no idea what I'm doing. Doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, it's Football Manager for Android. Got to say, it's actually a really good game. I love the original Football Manager. Graphics are tiny wee bit better. But yeah, when I got my iPad, I downloaded. I just went daft. I downloaded all these racing games, and don't get me wrong, when you look at the games, they are quite incredible. But I don't know. I think the controls are a big part of it. Touch controls don't work for the majority. Certainly arcade games, they're a waste of time. The games that do work are ones that you can just use your finger. I mean, is it Plants v Zombies? I love that game. Played that on the iPad. That was one of the first kind of games. Remember seeing it running in the... Whoops, I've just kicked my dog. No, I've not. I've kicked the table. I remember seeing that running in PC World, and I couldn't wait to get Plants v Zombies. That was a good game. There was another one. What was it called? It was a kind of flight... Oh, what the hell is it? You kind of play the part of a flight control attendant. That's not the right word. I can't. You've got to see planes come into land. Air traffic controller. That's what it was. You use your finger and you direct planes in. But in my mind, it never ever beat the Commodore 64 air traffic controller game, which was Kennedy Approach. It had some of the best speech ever. It was like a really really good game. Basic as hell, but it was good fun. You used obviously the joystick to control it. In fact, I'll need to play that someday. I don't think I've actually played it since I had a C64 way back in the day. But no, largely I don't think that tablet... sorry, I'm just looking. Yeah, see the disappear, I wonder, is that... Wait a minute, right, I can now actually scroll through the... Hey up Alan, evening Alan, Retro Russ, Bleed Easy, Sir, is that Saiti? Sorry, it's just really wee, yep, Retro Russ, Kenyan, we've got Axel Bang, no, sorry, Amiga Bang even, thanks for joining, we've got Mr. Swifto, we've got Retro Russ, we've got Alan GTB Films, I was just talking about you, yeah, you're asking about Kevin Tom's game, would Kevin get much money for it? Doubt it. I mean, I do know a few of my mates have written apps. They've written apps for like Android and the iStore, Apple Store, I think they call it. Right, okay, yeah. If I touch the screen, the comments come back again. Yeah, a few of my mates have written programs, and to be fair, I mean, one of my mates he wrote it's like a kind of Dungeons and Dragons type. I've never played Dungeons and Dragons like the paper and pencil ones, but apparently you've got to write down stats. And my mate Mark wrote this app which allows you to record it. Now I know it's a very very niche thing, but I think he sold like maybe 50 copies of it, and he made nothing. And more sort of famously is, I know Jeff Minter has written quite a few apps for the App Store and also on Android, and they're really really good games. In fact, let me just. These are the only games I've actually really got that actually play in this. Where's my games folder? That's actually quite a good game. Skyforce. It's a shoot 'em up, but you use your finger to control it. I'm just going to drink my tea when that's loading. Skyforce is quite good. I think that's out on. It's kind of come out in various platforms. I think it even came out on the PS4 actually. This is bizarre. I'm actually holding it back to front and playing the game. But it's a really nice wee game. What I like is you can basically, yeah, I mean it's really easy to control. So that game there, it's auto fire, and it just uses your finger. So that's nice. So you got that. That definitely works. Games. Where's my games folder? Astro Attack. This is good. This is one of my favourite golf. Probably my favourite arcade golf game. Or I should rephrase it. It's my favourite video game golf game. And it is Neo Turf Masters. And it's on the Neo Geo, but they've actually specifically brought it out as an app, and they've put kind of touch controls and it plays really well. This is a brilliant game, by the way. It doesn't take itself too serious. Let's get it started. What's that? Unfinished game in progress. Load it. Hell no. Let's solo. Quite good sound as well. Obviously, it's an arcade game. What's that saying here? Do your best. Blah blah blah. I've got no idea what it's asking here. Validate. Yeah, it's your arcade fair. Right, how do I start? Validate. Validate. I think I've just invented a new way to actually make videos off of gameplays. Now hopefully this isn't back to front. It's back to front on my screen. I don't know what kind of accent that wee girl's got. That was shite. Anyway, that is a good golf game. If you like your arcade golf games and look no further, it's much more fun than what do you call it? Tiger Woods shite. Do they still call it Tiger Woods? What is the? Obviously there was Tiger Woods Golf for like 10 years, but then the fact that he got involved with hookers and had multiple affairs, I'm assuming EA Sports dropped him. So is it? I don't know, who is it now? I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom. I'm assuming it must be. I don't follow golf. I don't know. Does anybody know what who kind of sponsors the new? How you doing, Doug? Who sponsors the new FIFA? Not FIFA games. Who sponsors the new golf games? I don't know who it is. Rory McIlroy, possibly. Is he still? I don't know. Anyway, I'm kind of going way off topic. Yeah, I was talking about Llama. There we go. I've even got a folder for it. Llamasoft. Now these are the games which you can actually download them completely for free from the Llamasoft website. Now Grid Runner, Say No More. Now unfortunately there was a version of this that didn't have any lag, but the one that is for Android, it's got amazing sound and it plays remarkably well. But you'll see there's a bit of lag with the when you move your finger. I mean, Jeff has just plagiarised every sound effect going. All these sound effects are taken straight from arcade games. And I, for one, can't wait to actually get this on the PS4. But it's a lovely little bastard. Oh, I thought I said bastard man-child. Sorry, bearded man-child. How you doing, Squire? It's a great game for sitting in the toilet playing. Excellent. What other ones? Goat Up is quite good as well. Goat Up, you've basically got to, yeah, you can just go to the Lamasoft website and you can download the APK completely for free. Aye, so it was Rory McIlroy, there you go. Super Ox Wars is Jeff's version of Star Force even. This is excellent. Again, he's plagiarised every single sound effect going. It's quite bizarre actually. I'm looking at the screen that's actually doing the recording to play this. Quite love the sound effects though. Thanks for anybody that's actually joined me tonight. Like I said, I was going to record that and then I thought, oh balls, I'll do a quick. Let's see if I can get to this level. Hold it back a wee bit so you can actually see it. The sound is great though. So to kind of answer my own question, yeah, there are certain games like this that lend themselves really well to touch screen, but in the main, I'm not a fan of games on tablets. And to get back on topic, did Kevin Toms make any money from Football Manager? I'm sure he must have because he is still developing it. But I do know. Hi Adam, how's it going, mate? I do know that Jeff made very, very little money out of not Android, out of these games. What I didn't realise when I mean I've not had an iPhone for a long time. In fact, I tell a lie, when I did have an iPhone, I bought an iPhone maybe 3 years ago, and the first thing I wanted to do was download the Lamasoft games. I'll just put that over there and I can talk. Yeah, the first thing I wanted to do was play the Lamasoft games. I mean, I did a search for them, they weren't there, even though I'd bought them. And I'm like, wait a minute, I've paid money for this, why can't I get access to my own games? Right, I'll come out of that now. Right, you can bugger off. Yeah, I couldn't, basically the games that I had bought were no longer available, which I think is a bit wrong. But what Jeff said, because a few people were talking about it, and what Jeff was saying that a publisher or a developer, you want to call it, yeah, he's a developer, to have an app on the iStore, or the Apple Store I should say, you've got to pay, it's something like, I don't know, don't quote me, it's something like 150 quid. You've got to pay this fee to have an app. So you could have like a 5-year-old app that is no longer making any money, and you've got to pay 150 quid to have that app on the store so people can buy it. And as Jeff said, he was basically, he made very, very little money on the games that he was bringing out. And then when he was being forced to pay 150 quid, he ended up out of pocket. And what I think is wrong, I mean, I totally understand that the Apple T's and C's, you know, you've got to pay this money to be able to sell through their store. I totally understand that. It's a business at the end of the day. But surely, as a consumer, if I have bought an app, then I should be able to download that app. I should not lose the ability to play that app because the developer decides he doesn't want to pay the money to have it still available. Does that make sense? You know, what Apple should do is they know full well. I mean, if I go into my app list on my Apple store, whatever it's called, I can see that I've bought these games, but they're no longer available. So surely Apple could just store these somewhere for people who've already bought them to play. But yeah, to answer your question, did Kevin Thomas make much money in Football Manager? Probably not a lot. I mean, he is still developing it. I've kind of, so I follow him, I don't follow him. He's a friend, if you want to call it that, on Facebook. So he must be making something. But I don't think it's like YouTube. You're not going to be able to retire on making apps unless you're Flappy Bird. But yeah. Anyway, let's have a look at the comments. Homage to Tekken Star Force. That's exactly what it is. What are you saying there, Adam? Mace is a nice shooter in the eye dog. It's on Amiga OS, the really impressive Amigas. Pinball Dreams Alien Breed only work on OS, they don't work. Yeah, I know that's the problem, especially with Apple. They're particularly bad. Whereas, you can buy a game and then it'll just not work. They update and this is another thing. When every time Apple update their OS, then apps will stop working. Some apps will stop working. Depends what kind of libraries you use to write it, whatever it is. Some apps will stop working, and again, unless the developer wants to pay the money to update it, then you can basically be left with a bunch of apps that you can no longer use. So that's the thing about these old iPads. I mean, they do have a very, very finite life. Then after a wee while, they stop working. So anyway, is there any other questions? Apple are scumbags and don't give a crap about their customers. Yeah, you're probably... I'm not going to argue with that, actually. The thing is, there are people who are Apple fanboys. I'm not one of them. Yeah, anyway, listen, what I'm going to do, I've been waffling now for... Actually, I didn't expect to be talking this long. It's 26 minutes in. My coffee's getting cold. Right, let's just have a wee look at the questions from last week's Friday Waffle. Right, wee Bob, cheers for answering my question. Great waffle as always. No questions from me this week. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you, Bob. Retro Russ, I think you're still in here, I think, possibly. Hi Alan, question for your next waffle. I notice you have a Donkey Kong arcade marquee on your wall behind you in some of your videos. Yeah, it was one of these things I bought at Play Glasgow, I think it was. It's quite good. I mean, it's obviously been kind of printed, but I have fond memories of the artwork on the arcade marquees and wondered if you have a favourite. For me, I think it's Galaxian, as even though it's not my favourite game, the artwork on the marquee takes me back to the good old days. Probably, for me, I think my favourite arcade artwork would always be Space Invaders. I'm not gonna go googling it. In fact, yeah, let's go and Google it. Yeah, everybody's got their own. I mean, Adam's saying Outrun. I think for me, Space Invaders. It was the first. Arcade. Yeah, that's what Kenny's saying. It was the first arcade game that I got to see. I mean, I saw Pong in Edinburgh Airport, and even then, I thought that looks boring as anything. What was I talking about? Anyway, yeah, Space Invaders. I first saw that in Craigswood Sports Centre. And how you doing, Neil? Good morning. Yeah, it's night time here. I don't know what time it is. It's 10:30 at night. It's probably, I don't know what time it is down under, as they say. Space Invaders. I mean, the first thing that caught my eye, or caught my ears, I should say, was just this ominous thud. Doop, doop, it drew you in. And then you had this amazing artwork. Let's see if I can find it. Space Invaders. I actually still like Space Invaders. You know that I do still actually play it. But it's one of these games. Everybody's going to have their own. Come on, are we going to? What would I do? A search for Space Invaders artwork. I don't know why I'm even looking for this, because you all know what is Space Invader crisps. Tell you before, I'm going to go off on a tangent. You know, sometimes you get these, there's websites dedicated to the 80s and the 70s, and there's pictures of like old crisp packets and sweets that you can't get anymore. There's a crisp that I specifically remember. It was available, now I'm an old bugger, I'm 51. It was when I was at primary school. I'm probably talking, oh man, I left primary school in 1978. So you're probably talking 1975, 1976. There was a crisp, and just hear me out here. And I'm sure it was called the Crunchers, something like that. And they were absolutely disgusting. They were strawberry flavour. They looked like, Wotsits. They looked like Wotsits, but they were like hard. They were harder. They weren't as like, they weren't as soft as Wotsits. But yeah, they came in three flavours. You had lemon, you had strawberry, and you had orange. And like the artwork was like, I'm trying to think, it was like it was cartoon, like policemen, and there were these characters with big noses, and they were called the Crunchers. Now I've never met anybody yet apart from me that there we go, that actually remembers these. Yeah, how iconic is that? That is just awesome. As my mate Dave would say, nice. Yeah, there you go, that is just glorious. Look at it. Yeah, there was just something about, yeah, Kenny, nobody remembers them. I think they were they were only out for a very short space of time. The reason being, they were absolutely disgusting. I mean, you can imagine eating a strawberry flavour thing. Yeah, that is awesome. But there was something really eye-catching about these big things. They looked like kind of big Yetis or whatever they were called. Abominable snowmen, that's what we'll call them. But aye, it's, yeah, 100% Space Invaders is going to be my favourite artwork. So let's get back on iPads. Yeah, why does this keep locking itself? If there's any other questions you want to ask me, or anything you want to talk about, just pop your question down below. Right, it was a two-parter here, I think. I also recall you had that book, Artcade, which looks like a great book for admiring the original artwork of the old marquees. I'm hoping to get the book for my birthday. Yeah, it's a great book. It's basically just exactly what Russ said. It's all the marquees. It's a glorious looking book. You don't read it as such, you just look at the pictures, which suits me. So anyway, thanks Russ. Down the rabbit hole, Kev. Hi Alan, a couple more questions for Friday. As a Switch owner, are you finding too many games are being ported over from the Wii U, or does it not bother you? Honest answer, Kev, I haven't a clue because I've not switched it on for about a month. I don't know why, and I really mean that. I really mean this now. I really need to stop buying new machines because I don't play them. I don't play them. I mean, I do play my PlayStation 4. Not very often. I mean, I've not had it switched on for probably a couple of weeks. The last time I played the Switch, I didn't play it for probably 2 months, and then I played it between Christmas and New Year. I was playing Mario Odyssey, which is an awesome game, and I'm not knocking these new machines. They are amazing. But I don't know, I'd much rather play a game of Berserk on my arcade cab, so you can take for that what you will. It's just the type of person I am. I like the pick up and play aspect of having a quick game of Robotron or whatever. Whereas these other games, they're super impressive, but I don't know. So to answer your question, Kev, I'm not. I've not downloaded any games for the Switch. I'm really not up to date at all. Right, quickly before this disappears, Neil is asking, what is your favourite arcade control scheme in a game? It doesn't have to be a favourite game. Tempest, Spinner, Robotron, Twin Sticks. That's a good one. I mean, if I was to go by, I know you've just said it's not my favourite game. I mean, my favourite genre of game is vertical shoot 'em ups. So I suppose I'd have to say, joystick in the left hand, fire button on the right hand. But I do love twin stick shooters. There's something really primal and basic. You know exactly what you're doing. You can't blame the controls. Up, down, left, right, fire. I mean, it's simple. These games are simple to play. Hard to master, but really easy to play. So yeah, probably I like twin stick shooters, but the controls that are the most common in the games that I do enjoy are generally vertical shoot 'em ups. But you're not talking about the game; you're talking about the controls. So yeah, I would go for good old fashioned joystick with one fire button. So thanks, Neil. I appreciate your question. I think, did I see, who was it? Was it Colin? You mentioned you've actually ordered one of these controller things that I got. I can't even remember what it was called. Yeah, brilliant. I have been. I'm saying I've not been playing any games this week. I've actually got the Nvidia Shield thing, little tablet thing inside that, and I've actually got it sitting by my bed. And usually before I go to my bed, I'll have a game of Berserk. What's not to love? Be able to play an arcade game in your bed. Actually, I was one of my mates. He was asking me if I had some ROMs for MAME, and he gave me a list of maybe 50 games, and I emailed him them, and the it just being able to email somebody arcade games, how mental that was not lost in me. Hang on, I bought some oranges, I'm going to have one. Yeah, the fact that I could email arcade games to a mate is mental. You know, you're probably thinking, what's wrong with that? That's not impressive at all, but when you're an old fart like me, you know, if somebody had told you years, 20 years ago that in the year 2018 you're going to have a computer and you can send arcade games to somebody, yeah, you'd probably be thinking, how can you send an arcade cabinet to somebody? But, we can, you can't do that obviously, but the fact that you can actually send the game code electronically over the intraweb to somebody is mental. And the fact that I sent them like, I don't know, 100 games, and it came to like 2 meg, something stupid like that. Cheers. Right, let's 37 minutes. Wait a minute, I'm just going to Ye Olde Gamer see Tangle Deep. It's a great Switch game. Oh, it's stopped disappearing. That harks back to the golden days of gaming. 720 had that swivel joystick. Ah, right. It kind of turned. I was never a fan of 720. I'm sure you used to play it at Bathgate, Kenny. I could never play it at all. There was always these bastard and bees that chased you. Agreed for me, now it has to be a pick up and play. And then my shooter shmups at this point in my life. Yeah, I do like modern games, but I just simply don't play them at all. Right, anyway, listen, let's get back to... So as far as... does it bother me that games are getting ported from the Wii U to the Switch? Not at all, Kev, because I don't really buy many games on the Switch. Secondly, here in North America, we tend to say we have beaten a game if we complete it, which is odd considering we did not defeat a thing, we completed it. Is that a North American quirk, or do you say the same thing when you have reached the end of a video game? Beating a game? No, I would probably, not that I've completed many games, I have to say. I don't think I would say, I would say I've completed it. I wouldn't say beaten it. Yeah. Interesting, beat a level. Yeah, complete a game. I think in that here, UK, we would tend to say we've completed a game rather than beating it. Unless, of course, maybe... Nah, we would always say completed, I think. And finally, what's your favourite game based on classic Disney characters? Classic Disney characters. I mean, I'm not really a fan of Disney characters per se. I mean, what was the game? There was a game that got really good reviews on the Mega Drive. Was it Disney? What was it? Mickey Mouse Magical Adventure or something. That got good reviews, but never played it. I can't think of any excuse me, the only, yeah, Aladdin was quite a good game, but again, I never really played it, but see when you actually look at these games now, I think there's Aladdin, there was, what do you call it, Pinocchio, there was The Lion King. When you actually look at the graphics and the animation in these, they're really, really impressive, but I'm an old fart, I wasn't interested in playing games based on Disney, I must admit. When Ava was quite young, we used to play a game. I think it was on the SNES or something, and it was like Mickey Mouse. And it started off, you play as it's Steamboat Willie. It's like the wee black and white graphics. It's at the intro you get to like Star Wars now. You've got the Disney. You see the wee Steamboat Willie guy, and the game started off with like black and white. I don't think it was even called Mickey Mouse. Was he not called something else? I'm sure he was called something else, like Monty or something. It starts off black and white graphics, and as you progress through the levels, it becomes more and more kind of colourful. But I used to play that with Ava, but I can't say there's any real. That's the one Mortimer Mouse. I can't say there's a Disney game I actually play, Kev. Right, I'm just going to look at the comments again. Like Mr. Scullery. What are your thoughts on buying retro tech? Stop disappearing, god damn it. No, I don't want to report, Doug. What are your thoughts on buying retro tech as a form of investment? The prices are always going up. It seems like a safe bet. You know what, Doug? I've never ever bought something to make money on or anything at all. But I am aware that the majority of the stuff that I own is it's probably going to appreciate in value. I mean, I know that I think at the moment I wouldn't say the word enjoying, but it's retro is mega popular at the moment. You know, everybody's into it, and prices I think are kind of on the high side. So with that in mind, I mean, I've never had any problem what I've bought because I'm always conscious that, you know, I mean, I bought a Vectrex. What did I pay for it? I paid 60 quid for a Vectrex. And it came with, how many games? It came with about 7 games, I think it was. Boxed. And they also gave me a, what do you call it? A Binatone TV game. And I paid 60 quid for it, and that was about maybe 4 years ago. And a Vectrex now, they probably go for about 180 quid. So yeah, things like that. As the tech's getting older, it's going to become more and more desirable, I suppose. It's going to increase in value because there's less out there. But I've never gone and bought something thinking, oh, I'll pay £500 for this because it's going to be worth more. I mean, I've never paid a lot of money for any kind of any tech. So what you're saying there, Kenny, is retro gear that expensive? Some of it is. I mean, things like the Vectrex are expensive. Well, it's all relative. You know, a stamp might cost £10,000, so I suppose 200 quid's not a lot. But yeah, things like the Vectrex. The thing is, people talk about, you know, oh, I've got a SNES game, it's worth 40 quid. Well, it was worth if you factor inflation in, a game that's worth 40 quid now, which you would deem as being quite expensive, was probably worth 100 quid back in the day. So even a £40 SNES game now is probably half the price what you pay for it back then. So technically retro is quite affordable, but if you want to be one of these, I'm not going to say idiots because each to their own, but somebody who maybe spends £500 on a particular game. I don't get that. That's the whole collecting thing. I don't do collecting. I buy stuff to play. You know. But some things, yeah. I mean, there's always like certain systems that are worth a lot of money, and other systems aren't worth quite so much. But I think generally, as time wears on, then prices are going to go up. Vectrexes are really, really nice. And I've got two. Hey! Right, where am I? Bloody hell, this is 45 minutes in. I wanted to keep this one short. Hi Al, what's sorry, Ox, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for the tip on that website, if you know what I mean. I'll need to try that actually. Hi Al, what's your latest retro collection pleasure? We've taken to collecting ZX Spectrum Classics lately. I've not been... Sorry, I'm really enjoying these. Once you pop, you can't stop. Bargain. Apparently they went out of date yesterday, but they taste fine to me. Sorry, getting back on topic, what were you asking about? I've not bought any gaming stuff for quite a long time. That's shite. I have bought a few things. I mean, I bought my Commodore 64 Mini, but I've not. I've kind of got out of the way of. I'm not interested in buying any old stuff. I'm not looking to build my collection anymore. I mean, I've been selling stuff off. I've only been selling stuff that I never use or duplicate stuff. I don't. There's nothing that I'm after. So yeah, so it's a naff answer, Ox. There's nothing. I've not been buying anything at all. I've kind of got everything. If there was something that I really wanted, then I would buy it. But I think with moving house, I've realised that there's no purpose in buying stuff to sit in a cupboard. I did do that at one point. I would buy something just to have. But excuse me, I'm not interested. I'd much rather use my money for something else than buying something and it sits in a cupboard. What is your sorry, bearded manchild, what's your thoughts on collectors if they're not gamers? Again, it's one of these things, each to their own, but it always makes me sad. And it's not just video games. It's not just video games that make me sad when I see that. It's people, collectors in general, because we'll use the example of video games. Video games were written to be enjoyed. They're not written to sit in a cupboard. I mean, you know, people will buy... I roll my eyes when I hear people arguing about, I've just bought this shrink-wrapped, I don't know, Super Mario Brothers for the NES, and I got it for like 150 quid. And he's obviously not going to open it. He's going to put it in a cupboard. I just don't see the point of that at all. But you'll find, and it's not just video games, anything, classic arcade games, and anything, you know, anything at all, you know, James Bond cars, model car collecting, that kind of stuff. It's the people that have the really, really high priced items are collectors. They don't use them, they don't play them, they just put them away, and I just think I'm not saying they're sad, I just think that's sad because, you know, games, toys should be enjoyed. And that's why it kind of upsets me when I hear people, you know, when you're on the interwebs and you're reading a post about I don't know, the Commodore Amiga, and somebody says, "Oh, I've got 15 Commodore 1200s, Amiga 1200s," and you're like, "What's the point of that? Why would you want to have 12? Because technically, there's another 11 people that could be enjoying them." I don't get it at all. I want a Sam Cooke, but the last one I saw on eBay was over £700. Bloody hell! Now we actually had. If you're into the Sam Cooke, now Sam Cooke was kind of a kind of turbocharged Spectrum. I think now you can flame me away if I'm talking shite, but it basically played Spectrum games, I think. And we actually had a guy that came along to the computer club, a guy called Colin, and he was Mr. Sam Cooke. He wrote there was a kind of a monthly magazine, the Sam Cooke Club or something, and he was the guy that wrote this magazine, and he actually brought along a Sam Cooke, and he had this big board with wires and chips and Christ knows what sticking out the back, and he basically built himself an accelerator board for this Sam Cooke. I mean, it's pretty mental, but I've got no interest. Maybe 5 years ago I wanted one, but not now. What's that? Neil said, I've even seen someone use a Vectrex as a monitor, a vector monitor, and playing arcade asteroids on it. Yeah, I've seen that. That would be awesome. We're still waiting for the ultimate asteroids in the Vectrex. I'm sure somebody could do it. If you look at some of the new games that are coming out for the Vectrex, Vector Patrol, which I've got and I've not even played yet. It's basically Moon Patrol. What's Colin saying? You need to be careful with used by, but best before is a loose guide. Well, they taste absolutely perfect to me. Mindstorm is great. Oh, Ox, I'm just reading what you're saying there. The RW site looks like the domain has expired and can't be accessed now. That's a shame. Vector Pilot is an incredible game in the Vectrex. Neil's saying, I actually got myself a shrink wrap C64 game this week. Well, I hope you're going to rip the stuff off it and play it. In fact, my mate Dave, who's got a good video YouTube channel, he's right into his Atari 2600, and he bought some games for it. They were like maybe 40 years old and they were shrink wrapped, and he took great delight in just ripping the wrapping off them and playing them, which is what he should be doing. Get it open, Neil. We want to see it. Exactly, Kenny. I just think it's sad when people have these collections and they don't use them. They should be getting used. And if you're not going to use them, then give them to me. And I'm probably not going to bother. The questions that I've got there on my iPad from the last Waffle, I'm going to keep them for next week because we're up to almost an hour. I don't want to really go beyond an hour if that's okay. Thanks to everybody that's dropped in. I mean, it's awfully nice of you. Apologies if I'm kind of missing out questions here. What's Colin saying? James May bought a model train at auction and opened it immediately, quite deliberately. Yeah. Bearded Manchild agreed they have a purpose to be used. Kenny's saying the Musi mechanic in San Francisco has all its stuff working and playable. Oh, that was the place you were in last year, Kenny. I think when you were with your martial arts club, and you did send me a video. Sorry, Ox. What is that? Coupé. LOL. Coupé. So I don't know what you're talking about. Right, you oldie gamer Steve, your thoughts on achievements, trophies, Please tell me I'm not the only one who thinks they're utterly pointless and bloody annoying. No, you're not. I wouldn't say they're pointless. They do absolutely nothing for me at all. I couldn't give a flying monkeys about them. Not interested. Not interested in the slightest. They certainly are. They're delicious. Oh, stop disappearing, god damn it. Probably because I've got juice in my fingers. Right there, here we go. Vector Pilot, Vector Patrol and the Vectrex, yeah, it's amazing. You should get 2 copies, one loose and one sealed by a few games. Nah, no danger. I'm not interested in keeping games sealed. Kenny's saying keeping stuff sealed and collected is just for money. You're not in love with the thing, just collecting. Yeah, I mean, there are always going to be people that get into hobbies just to make money. But yeah, I don't get it myself. Doug's saying shrink wrapping. Be careful, a pal of mine had his own machine to shrink wrap old games, which he sold on eBay. Fantastic. I'm sure that does actually go on. I'm sure people buy old games and shrink wrap them. You get some fool that's going to go in. If somebody wants to buy a shrink wrap game, then more the fool them. Failed channels saying trophies and achievements are for people with severe ADDD. Sorry, whatever it is, ADD. Oh, Coupe, right, got you. Coupe. Sam Coupe, yeah, as in the car. Sorry, Mr. Bearded Manchild, I'm going to draw this out. I want to go up for a bath, and you guys have got better things to do than listen to me talking nonsense. And Mr. Field channel, I have thousands of games, but only 5 sealed spare copies. Right, listen guys, I'm going to finish this orange, and then I'm going to wrap this video up. Is there any final questions? Yeah, I need to get to my bed as well, Colin. I'm actually, on holiday next week, which is great. But Kenny, if you want to pop through at some point, just give me a shout, you can get that remote control, mate. I remember my girlfriend caught some guy buying DVDs from W.H. Smith and copying them, then re-shrink wrapping them and returning them. I've never done that, but I remember Argos. Let's just say I used Argos's policy to my advantage. I'll leave it at that. Many years ago, when I had a PlayStation. Now, as you all know, the original PlayStation, the laser was particularly it was quite suspect, and this PlayStation I had bought, spent a lot of money on it. It wouldn't play games. You had to turn it upside down. It wouldn't play games. So I went to Argos. I bought a PlayStation. I took the laser out the PlayStation. Now this isn't big or clever at all, and I'm completely ashamed that I did this. But I took the laser from my PlayStation out, jumped in the car, drove up to Argos, told them I wanted to buy a PlayStation. Now, I told them it was for my nephew's birthday. Now, what I said was, I'm actually going to the birthday party in half an hour, but my wife might also be buying him a PlayStation. So there's a possibility that me and the wife have both bought a PlayStation. So if I have, can I bring it back? And the guy's like, yeah, no problem, mate. So I bought the PlayStation, went back to the car. 10 minutes later, I'd swapped out the lasers, put the Duff laser into the brand new PlayStation, took it back. And I said, you wouldn't believe it, mate. I've just phoned my wife. She's actually bought my nephew a PlayStation. He went, no problem, mate. There's your money back. So, yeah, if you were a little kid on Christmas Day and you got a Duff PlayStation, you got a PlayStation with a Duff laser, I'm sorry, okay? I really am. I think we all did it. and then eventually they changed their policy. And we're at an hour. Boom, there we go, 1 hour. I'm just going to finish these comments. I don't want any more questions, guys. Retro Russ is saying, reminding me of that scene in 40-Year-Old Virgin where his mate tells him to get his collection of shrink-wrapped, unopened G.I. Jones out to get some here and play with them. Alright, no problem, Craig. I do tend to call people with their first name once I get to know. Yeah, Ox is saying, was thinking lately, what's to stop retro game sellers making their own tapes? Piece of piss. Yeah, I think that is now a thing that's happening. So if you're a fool that wants to pay top dollar for a shrink wrap game, then you may well be getting something that's not old. So that's up to you. So I wouldn't waste time. Colin is saying, no problem, Kenny, just give me a shout, mate. Colin Jones, just searched Vector Patrol and found down the rabbit hole. Grant was bad. Yeah, one of our mates, he was particularly bad for that. I mean, the thing is, their policy was you could buy something and take it back after 10 days. I remember I had mates that would go to tea in the park. They'd buy a tent, piss off to tea in the park, come back on the Monday, take the tent back. Job's a good one. Need more vids from the computer club, Al. Yeah, I keep meaning to do it. I've not actually been to the last couple. But yeah, I actually wanted to interview the guys and get a flavour for what they enjoy about the computer club. It's amazing the number of people have contacted me to say that how lucky we are that we've got a computer club. But it's quite simple, guys. Put an advert in the paper. There are lots of people like us out there that would quite happily go along to a computer club. So do it. Oh, you're late, Mr. Melstar. 1 hour reached. You're about a minute, 2 minutes too late. I'm almost finished this orange, guys. We've got any more questions? Failed channel. As long as games are like new condition, it doesn't matter about the wrapping. But this is it. People think they've got this stupid thing that because it's never been opened, then it's going to be worth more money. I just don't get it at all. Right, anyway, listen, guys, I am going to call it a night now. Thank you very, very much for dropping in. I was just going to make it a quick 10-minute waffle. I've not had to use really the questions on last week's waffle. I'll use them for next week. I've quite enjoyed doing this, actually. I couldn't be arsed doing this, but it's been good fun having all you guys along for banter. So anyway, guys, as always, have a great weekend. Have a nice time, and thanks for watching. Take care.